There's a financial decision that you've got to make each and every year. Oftentimes people just don't even do it because they assume, well, the answer is the same, and it's probably different this year. I'll tell you about it coming up. This is today's Next Wise Step video. Thanks for being here. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners at Korhorn Financial Group. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that like button. I'd also share this content because a lot of people right now are just on autopilot with this financial planning decision. It's a tax decision, it's an investment decision, it's a retirement decision. It means that's a financial planning decision. It impacts all 6 areas of your financial life. What am I talking about? Should you contribute pre-tax or Roth to retirement? Should you contribute pre-tax to your 401k or to the Roth 401k? Should you contribute pre-tax to your IRA or to a Roth IRA? That is a question. Before I give you the 4 questions you need to answer to arrive at your own answer, let me talk to you. If you're struggling, you say, buddy, you've lost touch. I can't save right now. I'm in a financial crisis. If you're in a crisis and you can't save at all for retirement, make sure you're working with your certified financial planner to get all of the creative strategies possible to help you navigate this tough time. If you're just doing the preliminary, the preventative, hey, things are crazy right now, I don't know if I'm going to be impacted, let me stop my retirement savings, I would caution you against that. Make sure you've got your emergency fund funded. Make sure you're paying aggressively down on debt. But if you've got that, if you've got some space between you and financial crisis, if your financial distancing is pretty good right now, like we talked about a few days ago, then I'd keep contributing to your 401k, to your IRA, keep saving for retirement. Now's the time when you want to be buying. So if you're in crisis mode, that's for you. If you're still saving, deciding whether you want the tax deduction today or you want to get the tax benefits later, that's a decision you've got to make each and every year in your financial life. Most people just say, I don't need to, I made the decision before, I'm assuming the answer is still true and it's still the same, I don't need to make that decision. We're all seeing changes in our finances right now. Your answer may be different. All right, how do you know which one to go after? The pre-tax, where you get the tax deduction today, it grows tax deferred, but then when you draw the money out in retirement, that's when you pay the tax? Or the Roth, which is no tax benefit today, it's not a deduction. It grows tax deferred, but when you draw the money out in retirement, it's tax free. Which of those is better? All right, here's the way you find out. It's obviously in the context of an overall comprehensive financial plan, but short of that, you got to ask yourself a couple questions. First, are you in a low tax bracket this year? Because your income may have changed. I got an email from someone this morning saying that they just heard from their vice president that everyone that's on salary is getting a pay cut. The 401k match is being stopped. No pay increases will happen, and all PTO will be paid out at a lower rate as well. I'm not kidding. Just about an hour ago, I got that email. So if you're seeing your income cut, either your hours were cut, you were on unemployment or are on unemployment, or they just cut your salary, or you're on sales, you're on commission, and that's gone down, you might be in a lower tax bracket today. If you're in a low tax bracket, advantage Roth. Not automatically, there's no absolute answer here, but I would if you're in a low tax bracket, I'd flip the scale to the Roth. And I'm bringing this up because a lot of people are going to find themselves in a lower tax bracket this year than they were in previous years. So, are you in a low tax bracket? The second question, are you young? Well, that's sort of a relative term. That's an internal thing. I hope you're young at heart and young in spirit at whatever age you are. You should be young and vibrant and feeling good. So really the question is, this money that you're investing, Is it investing for the long term? When do you think you're going to need to touch this money? If you think, well, I'm investing now, I'm going to need to touch it in the next 5 years, I'm more so talking about, well, are you not going to touch this money for 20 years or 30 years or 15 years or 40 years, something like that? So are you young? Does this money have a long time to grow? If so, advantage Roth. Do you think these are attractive stock market or investing prices? That's the third question. That answer is always yes, by the way, if you have a long time horizon. There's never been something that's lifted more people out of poverty than investing into equities, into stock. It's the only thing that has surpassed, created real growth at multiples of inflation. So the answer is always yes, I'll buy at these prices, absolutely, if you're investing for the long term. And if you're investing for the short term, then you've got to look and say, well, do I expect that there's going to be a short-term boost to these prices? Meaning we just saw a big downturn, we'll likely see a big upturn. I want that upturn to be in a tax-deferred and tax-free account. So are these attractive prices? That's almost an unfair question because the answer is pretty much always yes. But if you think these are really short-term, low prices, then advantage Roth. And then finally, the last question is, which one are you eligible for? Sometimes you're not eligible for Roth. You might not have a Roth 401k available to you at work. You might not be eligible to contribute directly to a Roth IRA. And that's obviously going to flip your options. But if you answered those first three questions and each of them were advantage Roth, advantage Roth, advantage Roth, and you're eligible, you got to be contributing to the Roth right now. So that's how I would help you make this decision. But the truth is, you've got to make this decision, this financial planning decision, each and every year. And today, now, the circumstances may have changed. So even if you've started the year, started your 401k contributions, doing pre-tax, and now you go through that checklist or you contact your certified financial planner and you say, I should be contributing to the Roth side. Make that change. Make that change. To know the best option for you within all 6 areas of your financial life, you got to contact your CFP who's doing comprehensive financial planning. So contact them. If you don't have one, we'd love to help as well. You can find us online, corehorn.com, that's corehorn with a K, or shoot us an email at info@corehorn.com. All right, so IRA or Roth, pre-tax or post-tax, that's your decision today. You're now ready to go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.